Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Drew Jets Show. It's week 14. This week we play the Buffalo Bills, a team we beat earlier in the season. So can we beat them again? Let's go ahead and talk about it. So starting off on the defensive side of things, the New York Jets are going to have to contain Josh Allen because he is the heart of that Bills offense. He's a fantastic quarterback passing the football, 3,406 passing yards on the season, third most in the NFL, 25 passing touchdowns, second most in the NFL, but he cannot just kill defenses by passing the football. He can also kill them by running the ball because he is one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the entire NFL. And the last time the Jets played the Bills scored 2 touchdowns. Those 2 touchdowns were from Josh Allen scrambles. This dude is the definition of a dual threat quarterback. But to be dual threat, you got to do the 2 things I just talked about. And one of those 2 things is throwing the football. And last time the Bills played the Jets did a great job of containing Josh Allen from throwing it. I mean, he had 205 yards in the game. Diggs was held to under 100 yards. Stephon Diggs, fantastic receiver, by the way. 1,202 receiving yards on the season, which is third most in the NFL. And he's also carried my fantasy team this year. He's a freak of nature. He's a stud. But the Jets' passing defense is so good with DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner and Michael Carter II that they can pretty much go toe-for-toe, head-to-head with any receiver in the NFL. They did a great job of it last week against Justin Jefferson. He only had 7 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. If he didn't catch that touchdown, the dude pretty much would have been irrelevant the entire game. He really didn't contribute much to the Vikings win outside of that touchdown. Kirk Cousins was held to under 200 yards in that game as well. So the Jets were able to stop one of the NFL's hottest passing offenses last week, and we're going to do it again this week. The thing that I'm most concerned about in this game is stopping Josh Allen running the football. I already said how much of a dual threat quarterback this dude is and what he did against the Jets last time we played the Bills. And ever since we played Buffalo, this defense has been prone to giving up some pretty big quarterback runs. Might not, this quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins and Mac Jones weren't putting up Josh Allen-like stats, but when their teams needed them to run the football, they ran it. Kirk Cousins last week, 3rd and 9, looked like the Jets were going to get a 3rd down stop. About to sack Kirk Cousins. Next thing you know, he slips out of our defense and gets the 1st down. You can't let things like that happen to Josh Allen because he can do more than get a 1st down. This dude can do so much damage on the defense. It's hard to bring him down once he gets rolling. So the New York Jets are going to have to do a great job of containing him in this game. And I feel comfortable about us stopping Devin Singletary and James Cook, while James Cook's brother Dalvin Cook had a pretty good game against us last week. I do feel like we're able to do a pretty solid job of stopping Singletary and Cook because so far in the season, outside of like a few games, the Jets have done a good job stopping run offenses, especially running backs. But now to the offensive side of things, can Mike White keep us rolling? The past 2 weeks with him as our starter, we've had over 400 yards of total offense, White having over 300 yards passing in both of those games. I mean, the offense has just looked really good with Mike White as the quarterback, especially Garrett Wilson, who over the past 2 weeks has had the 2nd most receiving yards in the NFL, including an 8-catch, 162-yard performance last week against the Minnesota Vikings. This dude has been balling. And ever since the Bills played the Jets, their defense has been giving up some pretty big quarterback performances. Kirk Cousins, Jacoby Brissett, and Jared Goff all had pretty good stats against the Buffalo Bills. And why can't Mike White? I mean, we probably have the best receiving core. Not as good as the Vikings, but we definitely have a better receiving core than the Browns and the Lions. Corey Davis looks like he's finally healthy. Hopefully the flu didn't set him back too much. Elijah Moore's getting more than 9 snaps a game, and Garrett Wilson's just looking fantastic. I mean, this receiving core has been doing damage on teams with Mike White as their quarterback, and hopefully they can do damage on the Buffalo Bills. And to be honest, I think Mike White has more than 300 yards passing in this game. But what could potentially be the game changer for the Jets in this one is how the running game plays. Because last time we played the Buffalo Bills, the running game was why we won. I mean, we had 174 yards against the Bills, including a massive drive towards the end of the game where we did nothing but run the football down the Bills' throats, and it led to the game-winning field goal by Greg Zuerlein. And the past 2 weeks with Mike White as a quarterback, we've had pretty good games running the football. We had 158 yards rushing against the Bears and 120 against the Minnesota Vikings. We're also getting Michael Carter back this week. I mean, we did that the past 2 weeks without Michael Carter. It's all been undrafted free agent rookie Bam Knight, whose role is going to be just as big this week, even with Michael Carter returning. So just imagine how good this running back duo is going to be. Michael Carter, Bam Knight, two really good running backs. And just imagine how much options Mike White's going to have in the passing game. Both are really good receiving backs as well. So that adds a whole new level to Mike White's game as well with Michael Carter back. The Bills do allow 101 yards per game on the ground, which is 5th best in the NFL. But last time we played them, we still had 174. I do feel like the rushing offense is going to be contained in this game just because Buffalo has done a very good job at it this season. But don't be surprised whenever we have over 150 yards rushing in this game. So now that we've talked about how the offense is going to do, how the defense is going to do, can the New York Jets pull out the upset win? Now, this is a win that we don't necessarily need to win, but it would help out our playoff chances a whole lot. If we beat the Buffalo Bills, I mean, that just means so much for the New York Jets playoffs. If we lose, it kind of puts us in some tight water. So do we pull off the big win? Sadly, I don't think so. I think Buffalo edges us out in this game 24-20 in front of a very, very loud, vocal home crowd in the Bills Mafia. But that's it for today's video. Do you think the Jets win? Comment it down below, and I'm your host, Jets, signing off for now. See you guys later. Peace.